and gentlemen,
this is 3 Count Review.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Well, Raw was pointless. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the most must-hear... That's the wrong one. Welcome to the most must-hear wrestling podcast in history. Welcome to 3 Count Review. I am KO, a.k.a. Howard J. Dingers, a.k.a. The Cleaner. And this is the Monday Night Raw edition of 3 Count Review. I did not want to watch Raw tonight. I'm going to be perfectly honest. WWE completely killed my trust last night. They completely just killed my want to watch them. Like, I honestly, and this isn't even me trying to stir up and trying to like predict what everyone else might be thinking, what other wrestling fans, what the industry might be like right now. I legitimately, after last night, could not wait to watch AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Like, legit, that is what I felt like. So 7 o'clock, because I'm in Central Time, 7 o'clock rolled around for me, and I was just like, oh, yeah, Raw's on. I guess I should turn that on. So I watched Raw. I don't even have the results up yet. The first thing I'll talk about while I'm getting the results up, they're right here anyway. There was no Seth Rollins. I'm not surprised. I could have guessed that. I could have predicted that. There was a video highlight package. It was a picture highlight package. You know how they do for the pay-per-views of the main event from last night from Hell in a Cell. And they showed what happened. Whatever. They obviously edited out the booze. obviously edited out the AEW chants that were furious AEW chants out there. This was ridiculous. And no Seth on this show. Not that I can remember, at least. And there's not even I've been trying with these podcasts now to start off with the big story of the night. I honestly don't even know what I'm going to name this show yet. I'm sure it'll come to me. It'll be something I don't even know. It'll come to me at some point, but this show was it was really just meh. It was really just boring. There was nothing of significance. There's a cool pull apart brawl at the end. It was all right. Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. I'm trying to peel back my cynicism a little bit. But the opening segment, I don't like it because I don't like the story. I'm just thinking, man, let's just go through it. There's every chance that this is a very short review, and I apologize, but unless I go off on a rant at some point here, which is also very possible. The show opened up with a recap of the Lana Rusev Bobby Lashley stuff from last week. Not Hell in a Cell. Why recap your big pay-per-view that was last night? Oh, yeah, that's right, because they didn't care about it. Okay. After the video intro, it literally cut to the ring, and Orton and Corbin, yes, King Corbin and Randy Orton, were just beating up Rusev in the ring. What? This just apparently it was supposed to be Orton versus Rusev, but the match started before Raw went on air. Why would you, for the TV audience, that makes no sense. The show starts before 7? What? So why? You're doing stuff before what? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. So then, man. So Rusev fought them off. All of a sudden, Lashley's face pops up on the screen. And Lashley was wearing a robe, and he told Rusev it was his. Lashley said if it was Rusev's robe, then it must be Rusev's house and Rusev's bedroom, and and it's Rusev's bed. And there's only one thing missing. And then he kind of like he did last week, but this time Lana was on time. Lana just appears. Lana got into bed as like Lashley tried to like cover her up because she's in her delicates. Man. And Lana said everything. Lana said everything that was Rusev's now belongs to her, and they no longer have joint bank accounts. WWE thinks that the audience cares about the money. Like with that whole Kevin Owens storyline and with all these fines that come out every time someone does something, no one cares. Jeez. It's just... Sorry. Lashley said Rusev shouldn't have been sending money back to Bulgaria. He should have been spending it on his wife. Lana, under the covers, then took off her bra and they started snuggling. And she said, Rusev, you don't look so happy. But I am. Just go away. Go away with this storyline. This is stupid. I don't like this at all. First of all, they already started doing this with Mike and Maria and then just dropped it. It's gone. So now you just start doing this with Rusev and Lana, who we know are legit married and we know are legit happy because they were on Total Divas. I don't know. This is too out of the time. This is way too Attitude Era. And people ask for Attitude Era. People wanted it back. This is what you get. This is what you This is what you get for asking for the Attitude Era back. This is what you... Oh, man. So then Lashley reached over and turned off the lights. So Rusev's in the ring, visibly upset. Orton and Corbin were laughing. Rusev just seemed super mad and then went and beat them up. Literally took out King Corbin, who we pushed last night. Remember, he beat up Gable. He beat up Gable. Shorty Gable. Shorty Gable. You know what? I'm going to embrace it. I think Gable, if anyone can make it work, it's Gable. Anyway, Corbin went over Gable. Orton went over Ali. They both went over last night, but nope. Rusev just takes them both out. Awesome. Whatever. First match of the night. The last women's standing match. I don't know why I said that. The last women's standing match, Natalya versus Lacey Evans. We saw this on the pre-show last night. We saw it like 3 other times before that on Raw. This went 17 minutes. It was too long. I don't care about Natalya. I'm sorry, but I just can't. After the years of awful booking that she's been in, I just don't. And okay, and I'm going to go. There were some decent spots in this. I can't even. At one point, Lacey Evans threw a trash can with Natalya's name on it. What's up with Natalya's opponents customizing weapons for Natalya? Remember Ruby Riott with a table with Jim Neidhart on it? What? They think about it too much. They think too much sometimes. Sometimes they don't think at all. Sometimes they think too much. I'm trying to be level-headed right now. So she threw it at her, garbage flip or whatever it is. They fought up to the ramp. They did this really cool spot because they have the new screen that's like this. And Lacey threw Natalya up to it, and then Natalya slowly slid down. I actually got a good chuckle out of that. That was good. But then Lacey was going to suplex her off the stage into some tables. Natalya reversed it and powerbombed Lacey off the stage into those tables. Lacey did not answer the 10 count, and Natalya wins this match. Good for Lacey, the veteran Lacey Evans, to put over the young Natalya. Stupid. I'm gonna start saying that. I know I probably say it a lot. I'm gonna start saying it even more. Stupid. It's stupid. Lacey should win this. You should have Natalya put over Lacey. Easy as that. So then Aleister Black is back in his room. He cut a promo and said, there's with the the draft spotlight tonight. You know, he wants someone to knock and pick a fight so that he can showcase what he can do for the draft. Awesome. Love Aleister Black. I could complain about this, but I'm gonna, because of what happened later, it's okay. The Street Profits backstage, they were talking about the separate rosters in the draft. They did some short scouting reports on Apollo Crews, Buddy Murphy, and Drake Maverick. They called Drake Maverick the 40-year-old virgin. Okay. They spoke about Tyson Fury, Braun Strowman, and then that led to a replay of SmackDown. Cool. I like the Street Profits, but I really hope, what I'm thinking is that they'll get drafted and they'll actually start wrestling. Hopefully next week. I'm assuming they'll be on Raw. I guess I don't know. Wherever they get drafted to, that's when they'll actually start wrestling. Hopefully. Charlie Caruso interviewed Tyson Fury backstage. He was booed. Fury said he wasn't trying to provoke Strowman and admitted he maybe shouldn't have jumped the barricade, which led to him getting escorted from the building. However, he wasn't going anywhere tonight, and he wanted an apology from Strowman, or else Strowman would get these hands. I actually kind of like that. It was a very scripted promo, not very well delivered, but it's Tyson Fury. He's not a wrestler, so I'll give him a little leeway. It was good for what I expected, actually. He's very British, and his voice is a little high-pitched. It was just, he's a very large man, and he's a very intimidating man. To hear that voice, it was just a little off-putting, but I don't mind it at all. Still no mention of Hell in a Cell. None whatsoever, especially the main event. The Viking Raiders defeated... the Viking Raiders. Eric and Ivar. Oh yeah, so there are a lot of people who they forget who Eric and Ivar are. Which one is which? Hanson and Rowe. Easy way to do this. Eric is Rowe. Eric Rowe. Eric Rowan. Easy way to remember. Eric is Rowe. Ivar is Hanson. Boom. Solved your problems. The Viking Raiders defeated Dolph and Rudolph in a non-title match. Later in the show, they would challenge Rudolph to a title match, and they will get that next week on Raw. So hopefully the Viking Raiders finally get the tag team championships like they deserve, and this tag team division can get off the ground. And I know I say that every time there's a new champion. Hopefully it actually happens with the draft, and hopefully after last night, you'd think I wouldn't get my hopes up about WWE. But I have high hopes for after the draft, as I shouldn't. Especially with the next pay-per-view coming up. But yeah, this was a decent match. Nothing like any Viking Raiders like NXT match or anything like that. It wasn't anything special, but it was good. Ziggler and Roode are getting better and better every week as a tag team. I believe what happened, there was a zigzag spinebuster combo, which I kind of liked. I thought it was going to be their new finisher, but I believe Eric kicked out. Yep. Which would be a nice finisher. Thank you. The Raiders then hit the Viking Experience for the win. Like I said, they get a title shot next week on Raw. So I'm actually excited for that. We cut back to Aleister Black, who's no longer wearing his suit. He's taping his wrist. He's in his ring gear, and he changed his mind. He said he's seen this story before. He said he's going to go to the ring and wait for someone to pick a fight. I just like saying it like that. Still no mention of Wyatt or Rollins. Back from the break, and the Singh brothers, the Bollywood brothers, are in the ring. Last time the main roster saw the Bollywood brothers, they were like Jinder's lackeys in dress shirts, and now they're in their pink Bollywood stuff. I bet you it was a real shock to see them like that. I don't know. I'm used to it because I watch Show 5 Live. But anyway, they came out and they said, we want to be drafted too. So we're here to pick a fight with Aleister. Cool. Not really cool to pick a 2-on-1 fight, but you know what? It's Aleister Black. Immediately, Black hit Samir Singh with a kick, then caught Sunil with a knee strike. Samir tried to fight back, so Black killed him with the Black Mass. Oh, I missed the Black Mask. Nice. I missed the Black Mass, apparently. So what happened was, it was a modified Dragon Sleeper where, like, he had the head right here. The head was right here. And then this hand went around and, like, boom. I described that for the video. If you want to see that in the video, there's a video, 3-count review on YouTube. Links also on Twitter. Yeah, it was kind of cool. But I don't really want. I like the. See, I'm conflicted because I like the submission and Vince likes submission. So that means Vince likes Alistair right now, which is good, really good. I'm a huge Alistair. Like, honestly, he's one of my favorite in-ring wrestlers. But I just like the Black Mass so much. I want to see that more. Maybe he'll do the Black Mass into the Dragon Sleeper. I wouldn't mind about that. Charlie Caruso. Oh, Strowman told Caruso he was just trying to have fun when he saw Fury, but Fury had to get all serious. Strowman knew that Fury threw a good punch, but so did he. They heard the replay of him knocking out Styles. Strowman said Fury might get an apology if he asked nicely, but if he didn't, he's going to get these hands. Cool. This was the overarching story. Would culminate in the main event later. The announcers briefly recapped the past week's events, showing articles discussing Raw, Total Divas, NXT, and SmackDown, but not Hell in a Cell. They are ignoring Hell in a Cell. They did show like I said, there was like a picture highlight package of the Hell in a Cell main event. I couldn't think of whatever. But, like, they really were trying to avoid this as much as they could. They've aired the video recap of Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, and Cain Velasquez. Mysterio spoke to Charlie Caruso. Caruso was busy in this show. Thank the fans for all the support for Dominic. Mysterio was proud of he was proud of Dominic for taking the beating like a man. Got taken to the hospital. I'm just kidding. Mysterio knew it was his job to protect his son, but he was beaten so badly, there was nothing he could do when Lesnar attacked him. I missed this. When he sat at Dominic's bedside, they were visited by Dominic's godfather, 2-time UFC heavyweight champion, the man who defeated Brock Lesnar and the man who Lesnar fears, Cain Velasquez. So apparently, I don't know if this is true. I'm going to do some digging before SmackDown. But apparently in kayfabe, Cain Velasquez is Dominic's godfather. Hell of a godfather to have. He said if anyone would avenge their family, it would be Cain. It's gotta be Cain. New AOP promo. I like this. Again, they're in like a holding pattern until the draft, so I don't mind them doing this promo again. If it was like any other time of the year and they're just continuing to do this promo over and over and over and over again, I would start to rip on them. But they're in a holding pattern. If they start doing this after the draft, then that's when we start to complain. 6-man tag team match. The OC defeated the Lucha House Party. This was a competitive match. Lucha House Party actually got quite a bit of offense. Eventually, AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash for the win. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson helped AJ beat up the rest of the Lucha House Party after the match. And a Styles Clash from the middle rope on Lince Dorado. Okay, cool. They recap Becky and Banks. Yeah. I don't know. Then we had Miz TV with special guests Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, the new SmackDown Women's Champion, and obviously Becky's the Raw Women's Champion. This was really just to kind of stir the pot between Becky and Charlotte. They had some really... They had some really good lines back and forth to each other. I mean, Lynch mentioned her and Asuka don't cross paths very often, but last time they did, Asuka beat her. And then they had some really good lines, Becky and Charlotte back and forth. And it was like, Charlotte said, I'm a 10-time champion. She said, you may be a 2-time You may have been Becky 2 belts, but I've won the women's championship 10 times. And Becky said, at least my reigns mean something. All right. There were a couple good lines in there. I suggest watching this. It was pretty entertaining because Becky's good. Charlotte's good heel. This was good. Asuka and Kairi Sane interrupted. They could have... They cut a promo in Japanese and were rather amused with themselves. They also didn't seem to think much of Charlotte and Lynch. Lynch said she's been waiting for Asuka and told them to fight right now. Asuka and Sane ran down. They brawled for a moment. The referee separated them. One referee separated them. Interesting. Lynch and Charlotte took them out with baseball slides as they went to the break. They come back. The Miz TV set is gone, and the actual tag team match, which was a scheduled match, we have the women's tag team champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defeating, conquering the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. This came when Asuka hit the green mist, which is staying, and I love it. I don't know why, I just really like it. Hit the green mist on Becky and pinned Becky Lynch. Kairi Sane actually pinned Becky Lynch. That's big. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Super cool. Oh yeah, so then the heels, not the Sky Pirates. That was NXT. The Kabuki Warriors. The Kabuki Warriors were beating up Charlotte. And then Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross came down for the save. Cross gave Sane a neck breaker, and Bliss followed with a DDT. So they'll probably get a rematch for that. Not at the next pay-per-view, though. If you don't know what the next pay-per-view is, look it up. They announced, they hyped up Tyson Fury. 2 hours and 24 minutes into the show, they finally acknowledged Wyatt versus Rollins. Apparently, we'll hear more about it later tonight. Apparently. Remember that. Charlie Caruso interviewed Apollo Cruz. He said he's known Ricochet for a long time and had nothing but respect for him, but with the draft coming, tonight was his showcase. Ricochet told Sarah Schreiber that if tonight was his last night on Raw, there's no one he'd rather share the ring with than Cruz. No one who is one of his best friends. He said the draft was an opportunity for a fresh start, and he can prove that superheroes are real. It was a really quick promo. Much like I just tried to read it. So then we had Ricochet versus Apollo. 4-minute match. This was fun. It was a really fast-paced at the beginning. They were jumping over each other and doing flippy-do stuff. It was awesome. They're both really entertaining. Ricochet got the win after... not a code breaker, silly. It's the recoil. Ricochet hit the recoil for the win. This is where we got more of the Wyatt versus Rollins stuff. So then we had... yeah, no Rollins, like I said. Sorry, I'm kind of figuring out what happened here. So then we had the main event segment. Ricochet and Apollo Crews main evented Raw. Go them. Braun Strowman and Tyson Fury segment, basically just get these hands. No, you get these hands. And then they start brawling. Security try to split them up. Then the scrubs from backstage come to separate them. And they keep breaking out from each other. They're hitting each other. Eventually, Braun goes to the back and starts to get interviewed by Charlie Caruso. And Strowman said Fury was one ton son of a bitch. And he would get these hands before it was all said and done. Strowman eventually ran back out there, and they tried to fight again as the wrestlers are trying to separate them. And we eventually went off air. This was cool, actually. I actually don't mind Fury. He actually looked pretty good. His punches and knees looked pretty good when he was beating up security and the other guys. So I don't know. This could actually be fun. This could be fun. I don't know. Now that I went through this thing, I actually didn't mind Raw that much. I was pretty sour on it. I'm still pretty WWE damaged me yesterday. But anyway, I'll give this show a 3.5. No, I'm going to go a 3. Nothing really big happened. I'm going to go a 3. I'm going to stay solid on a 3. 3.5 out of 5 from me. That was Monday Night Raw. If you like what I do here at 3 Count Review, where I talk wrestling, I just recap every show, basically. I recap Raw. I recap NXT. I recap Dynamite. I recap SmackDown. And I recap both AEW and WWE pay-per-views right after the shows, when I can, obviously. So if you like what I do here, please follow me on Twitter at 3 Count Review. Follow the YouTube page, 3 Count Review on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast wherever podcasts can be listened to. Apple, Spotify, Google, Anchor. Please hit a subscribe. Give us a review, whatever you can do. It helps. It really helps get the word out. It helps us grow. And if I grow a little more, I can produce more content. I can start doing more stuff. I can put more time and effort into this stuff. And I really want to do that. I want to put out good content. I want to be able to create, This is fun. I absolutely love wrestling. This is what I want to do. So I really would appreciate the help. So thank you all for listening. This was the Monday Night Raw edition of 3 Count Review. I have been KO, aka Howard J. Dingers. Oh, you can buy merch on Redbubble as well. And I will see you for the next 3 Count Review.
Pulling up strong, I'm nearly one. I might be too on. Wishing inside I could feel so numb. Oh, now that you're gone now.